Big right hand.
Big cut.
By Rampage Jackson.
And that's it. That is all she wrote for Perkins right there.
Danielle Taylor throwing some heavy shots and ends the fight. Cutler is out. Insane airplane toss by Charles Krazy.
Aliana takedowns. Huge knees. Two huge knees.
And there she is, Ronda Rousey making her pro debut in excellent fashion. Jamie Colleen just destroying. Cutler says, no more, I'm out. And a quick look at our rules of combat based on 3 5-minute rounds and, of course, 5 5-minute rounds for championship bouts. And, of course, in the amateur division, that changed to 3 3-minute rounds. And, of course, 5 3-minute rounds for championship bouts in the amateur division. It's based on the 10-point must system, judging criteria. And to get things started, we'll go ahead and throw it to the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you. And we welcome you to the sensational Silver Legacy Resort Casino, Reno, Nevada. Tonight, King of the Cage and General Tire present an exciting night of MMA for your entertainment. All bouts are sanctioned by the ISKA, President Corey Schaefer, Nevada State Director Canton, Event Representative Ralph Cook, Scorekeeper Steve Steele. It's in conjunction with King of the Cage Incorporated, President and Founder Terry Trebilcock Jr., Matchmaker Brian McChesney, Promoter Jeff Mahalik, Timekeeper at the bell, the lovely Terry Strickland. Our physician at cage side this evening is Dr. Damon Zavala. Ladies and gentlemen, our beautiful round card girls tonight are Laurel and Paulina. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our fighters are ready. Our officials, they too are ready. Reno, are you ready? Please welcome to the cage, Charles Guts Preet Jr.
Charles Preet Jr. now making his way to the cage side. Preet stands at 5'9" tall. He's fighting out of the middleweight class. He's looking to pick up his second amateur win here tonight. Preet bringing a lot of strong stand-up boxing to the table here, to the cage. I think he's going to want to stay on the feet. He's going to want to box it out. He's going to try and knock out his opponent. But Maratho Gobina stands in his way. And, you know, Gobina is a pretty big guy. He also has a lot of power behind his punches as well, so it may not prove to be as easy as he thinks it will be. If I predict anything, I believe Preet's going to try to test out the waters for a short amount of time, but I think he's going to, it's not going to take him very long before he starts swinging hard and looking for that KO. However, he is going against an opponent that is very similar to him. Gobina also has the height advantage over him as well. He hits just as hard, so if he ends up, you know, not being too careful and gets caught by one of those, it may be the end for him as well. Once again, we are here at King of the Cage, Future Legends 44. We're here at the Silver Legacy Casino and Resort, Reno, Nevada. Getting ready to start off our first bout of the evening. Charles Preet Jr. versus Maratho Gobina. King of the Cage fighter Thomas Fallon in his corner there. And the referee finishing up his final instruction here. And Charles Preet heads inside the cage.
Here is Maratho Gobina.
Maratho Gobina now making his way to the cage side. Gobina is also fighting out of the middleweight division and stands at 6 feet 1 inch tall. Gobina is fighting out of Nevada and is looking to pick up his 3rd win here tonight. We've seen him fight here before at King of the Cage. We know he's a heavy hitter and can be very dangerous on his feet. We'll see how he stands up against the likes of Charles Preet Jr. Both these guys are, they're going to slug it out. They're both stand-up fighters. That's definitely what it's going to go to. More than likely, someone is going to get knocked out. That's just the way these guys fight. These guys got a lot of power, and they aren't too interested with getting down to the ground. They're really just going to handle things on the stand-up. Maratho Gobina heads inside the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the sensational Silver Legacy Resort and Casino, Reno, Nevada, King of the Cage and General Tire present this 3-round bout in the middleweight division. After the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Justin Brown. Introducing first, fighting out of our Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall. Official weight, 181.2 pounds. He represents Carnage MMA and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a military kid who simply represents all of the USA, Charles Guts Preet Jr. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of our General Tire red corner, stands at 6 feet tall. Official weight, 185.2 pounds. He represents the Straight Blast Gym. Ladies and gentlemen, from Elko, Nevada, presenting Maratho Gobina. Once again, Justin Brown is your official for this bout now with the final instructions, 3 rounds, middleweights.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the back. We will have a clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves and back up, please.
Here we are, round number 1. Welcome to our first bout of the night here at King of the Cage Future Legends 44 at the Silver Legacy Resort and Casino in Reno, Nevada. First off, we have Maratho Gobina versus Charles Preet. And they're already off to an active start. Both these guys big hitters, big brawlers.
Gobina just chopping away at that leg kick. Gobina moving a little bit better. That's a good check. Preet with that chin up high. Jabbing, nice inside leg kick. That's a good check there from that high kick from Gobina. Preet just stands there, checks out with his arm, comes forward with a 1-2-3.
Gobina trying to maintain his defense here, waiting for that right opportunity to strike. Preet lands a couple more. Preet with a nice combo there.
Preet with a good combo, needs to get that chin down though. Chin nice and high, he gets caught with that straight right from Gobina, it's over. Nice inside leg kick from Preet.
Preet showing a little more agility, a little more speed over Gobina.
And a little more aggressiveness. Comes in with the three-punch combination. Catches Gobina with a right, and it's over.
Just overwhelms Gobina completely. Ref calls a stop to this bout. Let's take a look at the replay really quick. Like we were saying before, Preet was coming off with just more aggression, more speed, more damage overall. Gobina was kind of just taking his time, waiting for that opportunity to counter-strike, but just didn't find it.
1-2 right there. Gobina just standing flat-footed, eats that straight right, and that hurt him. Overhand right, clips him right on the jaw, and it's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee in charge Justin Brown has seen enough, steps in, calls a halt to this bout due to strikes. The official time, 1 minute and 15 seconds of the first round. Your winner by TKO, Charles Guts Preet Jr. Here is Markell, the Truth Perkins.
Markell Perkins is now making his way to the cage side. Perkins stands at 5 feet 10 inches tall. He's fighting out of the welterweight division, looking to pick up his first win here tonight in his amateur career here at King of the Cage. For those of you who don't know, Future Legends is an event that we have fairly often here at King of the Cage that showcases all amateur fighters. So a lot of amateur fighters are bringing their all to the table here, you know, to either improve their position, win championships, or possibly try to secure a position as a professional. Once again, we are here, King of the Cage Future Legends 44 at the Silver Legacy Casino and Resort in Reno, Nevada. Coming up shortly, we are going to get our next bout underway. Markell Perkins versus Mayhar Mangan. Both fighters are definitely more comfortable in the stand-up. A lot of Muay Thai influence, a little bit of boxing influence. Both these guys are definitely going to be trying to fight it off in the stand-up. I don't really see this going down to the ground very soon unless somebody's getting knocked out. Now, Markell Perkins, like I said before, very strong stand-up fighter, very fit guy. You know, he always keeps his cool. He always looks calm, collected, and confident. And, you know, he's got a really good poker face, too, because you can't really quite tell if he's dazed, if he's just relaxed, or what. You know, he plays a really good psychological game inside the cage. Mangan, though, however, his opponent, very springy, has a lot of explosive action to him. Perkins, on the other hand, is very calm. He waits for his opportunities, and once he finds them, he explodes. He's got huge power behind those fists. It's really going to prove to be a tough challenge for Mangan. We'll have to see how it all plays out. Now, Perkins is at a height disadvantage and a reach disadvantage here, so we'll see how he deals with that. However, I think he has a little bit more raw strength over Mangan. The referee finishing up his final inspection here. Markell Perkins heads inside the cage.
Here is Mayhar Mary Singh Mangan.
Mayhar Mangan now making his way to the cage side. Also fighting out of the welterweight class. He is standing at 6 foot 2 inches tall. Like I was saying before, he definitely has that height advantage over Perkins. He also has a reach advantage as well. We'll see how that fares for him. He's looking to pick up his first win here tonight as well off a fresh amateur record. Like I said, I'm sure we're in for a very explosive, very entertaining fight. Both of these fighters are stand-up fighters. They're going to want to box it out. They're going to want to kick it out. It's really going to be a matter of who throws the first punch where things all get riled up. Mangan is a solid striker. You know, he's got a lot of power behind his punches, and he's very accurate. That's what makes him scary. Mayhar Mangan now making his way inside the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Silver Legacy Resort Casino, Reno, Nevada, King of the Cage and General Tire present this 3-round bout in the junior welterweight division. After the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Justin Brown. Introducing first, fighting out of our Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, official weight 160.4 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, from Modesto, California, presenting Markell the Truth Perkins. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of our General Tire red corner, stands at 6 feet 2 inches tall. Official weight 159.8 pounds. He represents the Reno Academy of Combat. Ladies and gentlemen, from Reno, Nevada, presenting Mayhar Manny Singh Mangan. Once again, Justin Brown is your official for this bout now with the final instructions. 3 rounds, junior welterweights.
Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the back. You know the rules. We will have a clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Make sure you stop when I say stop. If you want to touch gloves, do so now. Back up.
Here we are, round number 1, Markell Perkins versus Mayhar Mangan. Perkins in the blue gloves, Mangan in the red in the Roth. Mangan starting things off aggressive with a big kick.
Mangan a little bit square. Perkins coming in with that solid jab. Overhand right, barely misses, closes the distance.
Now Mangan obviously having this height advantage here, a little bit of a reach advantage, but Markell Perkins closing the distance quick.
Perkins shot in there like a linebacker, caught in a little bit of choke. Not a whole lot of trouble in here. He can go with the full plum, tries to go with the knee. I don't know what that was right there.
Perkins remaining calm, going in for a strike. Now going in for this takedown here, trying to close that distance once again.
Unable to turn the corner. Good defense by Mangan. Couple knees.
Mangan just laying it down, throwing some damage here, staying busy.
Mangan with that long, lengthy frame, hard to deal with. Good pressure.
Perkins remaining calm. Pushing off of Mangan here, resetting. Takes a backhand. Throwing some strikes of his own.
I don't know if Mangan thought he was going to catch him with that, but he had an open hand. Basically slapped him with his knuckles.
Yeah, honestly.
He might have actually done some damage if that fist was closed.
Perkins now moving in, landing some more strikes. Mangan does not like it.
Perkins hands down.
Emanating some confidence here. Just trudges forward. I mean, he looks kind of tired, but he kind of looked like that when he walked into the cage anyways. He might just be calm.
Yeah, I don't know who teaches that technique of walk in with your hands down. I don't care what you think your opponent looks like. A straight right's a straight right.
Perkins just calmly waiting for that opportunity, waiting for those big strikes to get dropped in.
Mangan with a chopping low kick. Little uppercut might have caught Perkins. Perkins is down. He's in deep trouble.
Mangan just straight unleashes a flurry on him. Perkins now looking for this takedown as a defense mechanism.
Mangan doing a good job of fending him off with all the wrong techniques, creating distance. 12 seconds left. In for the takedown. That's a beautiful sprawl from Mangan. He's going to end up on top.
Mangan trying to use his last few seconds, deal some more damage here. And that's it for round number 1. Things just started spiraling faster and faster. Let's take a look at the replay here. Perkins nearly went down there. It was almost over completely. Why don't you walk us through what happened there,
Perkins just overcomes, ate that kick, pushing Mangan to the ground, comes flying in. And right here, just, I don't know if he was tired or if he's just talking trash with his hands down, but, you know, Mangan was in this fight the entire time. Perkins gets caught. That's a good low kick. Mincing with the right. Body, there's an uppercut, catches him. Mangan with a quick little uppercut really hurts Perkins.
Welcome back, round number 2. Came off of a very exciting first round, almost got ended completely there. Perkins getting back into this game. Mangan looking for another knockout. Both fighters still looking fresh.
Oh, Mangan gets caught the straight right and just bombing in there like a football player is Perkins.
Completely tackles him into the cage. Mangan now holding on, trying to stay in this. He looks a little shaken up, a little tired. A lot of open mouth breathing coming from Mangan. Perkins remaining calm.
It's a good body jab from Perkins.
Takes a big one from Mangan.
Mangan with the straight right.
Ooh,
left
takes
hook.
He did not like that. Another, ooh, and a heavy hit straight to the ground. The referee has to throw Perkins off, and Mangan goes down. Devastating punches. Let's take a look at that one more time. I mean, right off the bat, I mean, it looked like Mangan was suffering from a lot of fatigue there, had a lot of open mouth breathing. I think Perkins picked up on that and just landed that. That's all he needed. Tackled him into the cage.
Just dives in there and then rips his body shot. Bam, that hurt, and then finishes him with an overhand right.
Amazing performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 1 minute and 1 second of round number 2. The winner by knockout, Markell, the Truth, Perkins. Appreciate it. Reno, are you ready for some women's MMA? Please welcome to the cage, Diana, the goddess of death, Godoy.
Now making her way to the cage, Diana Godoy. Godoy is fighting out of the strawweight class and stands at 5 feet 3 inches tall. She's looking to pick up her first win here tonight and also has a fresh amateur MMA record. Once again, the Future Legends event is here to host amateur fights to showcase these amateur fighters who are looking to prove it all in the cage. Very often makes for very exciting fights. Godoy is a stand-up fighter, a little more diverse as well. She can handle herself on the ground, but I think she's going to want to stick to the stand-up. Her opponent is also a stand-up fighter, so this is going to be a great test for her and her opponent as well. Godoy is a very aggressive stand-up fighter. She's looking to deal damage early on. I'm thinking she's going to want to test the waters maybe for only a few seconds, small portion of the first round. You know, she's not really one to take her time. She's going to go in and most likely initiate the fight. And it's going to be up to Funes, her opponent, what she does about that. Godoy is one of these fighters that when she starts going, you can't really stop her unless you punch her back. And so Funes is probably going to be forced into a conflict scenario. Diana Godoy heads inside the cage.
Here is Aliana, Big Daddy Funes.
Now making her way to the cage, Aliana Funes. Also fighting out of the strawweight division. She also stands at 5 feet 3 inches tall. So no height advantage here. Both fighters are relatively the same body types. This is going to make for a very even fight. I think it's going to be a great test for each of these fighters. They're both coming out here with fresh amateur records, looking to pick up their first win against each other here tonight. Same height, no immediate disadvantages or advantages right off the bat. I think it's going to prove to be a very exciting bout for both of these fighters. They're both going to want to put it all on the table, and they're going to have to if they want to win this. Funes, like her opponent, is also a stand-up fighter. A little bit of Muay Thai mixed in there too. There's going to be a lot of kicks, a lot of punches getting thrown back and forth. I'm not sure if this is going to be taken down to the ground so quickly. I'm thinking both of these girls are going to want to fight each other straight up, face-to-face, hand-to-hand. And you know, if someone ends up going for a takedown, it may or may not be Godoy or Funes, but it may be used as a defense mechanism if somebody is getting beat. And the final inspection here. Aliana Funes heads inside the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the sensational Silver Legacy Resort Casino, Reno, Nevada, King of the Cage and General Tire present this 3-round bout in the women's strawweight division. After the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, James Fancheer. Introducing first, fighting out of our Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 5 feet 3 inches tall. Official weight, 113.4 pounds. She represents Strength and Honor MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, from Colton, California, presenting Diana, the Goddess of Death, Gadoy. Her opponent across the cage, fighting out of our General Tire red corner, stands at 5 feet 1 inch tall. Official weight, 114.4 pounds. She represents Combat Sport and Fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, from Reno, Nevada, presenting Aliana, Big Daddy Funes. Once again, your referee in charge of this bout is James Fancheer. Now with the final instructions, 3 rounds, strawweights.
Okay, we went over the major fouls in the back. Obey my commands, protect yourself at all times, and have a good show. If you want to touch gloves now. Let's come out ready to fight.
Here we are, round number 1. Our first women's bout of the night. Diana Godoy versus Aliana Funes. And they're off.
Funes comes out with some jabs. Forcing her way in. Godoy moving forward, immediately gets taken down. Immediately right into that top position, giving up her back.
Funes not wasting a second here.
Hooks in. Godoy in all kinds of trouble.
Godoy now just trying to keep up. Funes doing a great job, dishing out some damage, staying busy. She's got one of her hooks in.
Godoy with a good job of just kind of suffering through that punishment and not being overwhelmed, not making too big of a mistake. Now ends up in top position. Dropping bombs is Godoy now.
Great turnaround from Godoy. Funes tries kicking her off, but Godoy keeps the pressure going.
Godoy now aggressive on top. Funes doing a good job of trapping on the inside.
Funes trying to get out of this here. Godoy persistent.
Godoy creating space. Dropping bombs from the outside. Needs to straighten those things out. Maybe do a little body work. Open up that head.
Funes locking her body down.
And there's the body work we were talking about.
Just under 20 seconds left. Once again, these amateur rounds, they go by really quick. 3 minutes apiece. Godoy coming in with some more strikes. Funes possibly saved from a flurry right there just as the bell rings. We'll take a look at the replay. Both of these fighters just coming right off the bat, 150%, bringing their A game. Godoy had a nice start, but then Funes was able to turn things around for herself, but Godoy was able to finish the round pretty strong.
Funes on her back, just getting pummeled by Godoy right now. Tries to get up at the end of the round just in time. But doing good top work is Godoy.
Definitely. Funes looking a little overwhelmed right there at the end of the round, but we'll see how it develops. Stay tuned. Coming up, we have round number 2. Welcome back. We're here round number 2. Once again, Funes versus Godoy. Godoy finishing that last round very strong. We'll see if she can keep it up. Godoy just eats a strike.
Yeah, both girls exchanging straight rights. Just marching forward, Godoy with punches. Nice inside knee. Funes just delivering punishment, but gets overwhelmed with some straight rights. Holds her ground, throws another straight right. Godoy in for the takedown.
Godoy possibly looking for the single leg here. Funes holding on.
And he needs to let go of that head and dig an underhook. Kickstart that leg out of there.
Just under a minute left here.
Funes off of the cage. Sloppy 1-2, a little bit of fatigue. Godoy standing her ground just on the outside.
Both fighters looking like they expended a lot of energy in that last round and the beginning of this one. Now definitely slowing down. Funes looking for a home for that strike.
And a good jab by Funes coming off of the cage with her knee. Closing the distance now is Godoy. That's a good out by Funes.
Last few seconds here. And that's it for round number 2. Definitely better looking for Funes. She wasn't on her back at the end of this round. Much more of an even round. I think both these fighters were taking some time to recover a little bit here. Funes definitely showing, like I said, a little bit better than that first round. They're definitely a lot more even coming into the third.
Yeah, a little more stand-up action. Funes did a good job of fending off this takedown right here.
Yeah, Godoy definitely showing a little bit of control in that beginning of the round and then kind of shaking things up. Funes starts turning things around a little bit into her favor towards the end, landed a couple of nice strikes there. But honestly, it's a toss-up. It could go either way coming up in this third round here. I think it's really going to come down to fatigue.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Here we go, round number 3.
Absolutely flat-footed, eats a 1-2, backing straight out is Funes. She needs to learn how to circle out of there. A 1-2 for Funes. Both good exchanging that 1-2. Jab to straight right. Funes with a good jab.
Godoy continues forward. Funes taking back to center cage. Godoy just waiting for that opportunity to open up. Both fighters looking a little stiffer than they did. Funes still getting some movement in.
Funes just flashing that jab out there, keeping Godoy off of her. That sloppy right hand will get you hurt though, the check left hook. From Funes just misses. 30 seconds left. This is anybody's round. Somebody needs to establish some dominance and take a risk at this point right now.
Ten seconds left in this round here. It looks like it's going to go to decision. Funes lands a nice strike right there.
Little overhand right. Catches Godoy.
And that's
over.
And they will definitely be going to decision. Kind of a tough call. Both of these fighters seem to be pretty even, and it only seemed to even out more so, I would say, as the rounds went on. I think Godoy had a pretty solid early lead in the first couple of rounds, but as things got down to where they are now, I think it's much more evened out.
Yeah, Funes is a little more ring generalship here, just controlling distance, controlling pace, establishing that jab. No real relevant strikes landed, but just controlled the pace of this third round.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of women's strawweight action here in Reno, Nevada, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge A scores this bout 30-27 for Funes. Judge B, 29-28 for Godoy. And finally, Judge C, 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Aliana Big Daddy Funes. Here is Adam Carignan.
Now making his way to the cage side, Adam Carignan. Former King of the Cage champion Thomas Fallon there behind him. Definitely has some good brains in his corner. Carignan, not his first bout here, looking to pick up his first win, however. He's fought 2 amateur fights so far, looking to really prove himself in the cage here. He's fighting out of the featherweight class and stands at 5 feet 10 inches tall. He's looking to redeem his 2 losses and pick up his first amateur win here tonight. Carignan brings a lot of diversity to the table. He's got great ground game, he's got great stand-up. It's going to be interesting which he decides to opt for. I think it's really just going to depend on his opponent, who, ironically enough, is also pretty well diverse as well, and it could go either way on his end. Honestly, I think they're just going to test out the waters a little bit in the beginning, figure out what kind of fighter each other is, and opt for whatever's going to work best for them. Adam Carrick now heads inside the cage.
Here is Dylan Anderson.
Dylan Anderson now making his way to the cage side. Anderson is also fighting out of the featherweight class and stands at 5 feet 8 inches tall. Now Anderson is a very similar fighter to Carricknon. They both have similar body types. Carricknon taking the height advantage just slightly. Anderson is a very tough fighter, especially for his size and weight class. You know, the guy can take a punch, guy can take a hit and keep going. Very active, very explosive fighter, has a lot of energy. He's looking to pick up his first win here tonight as well. I think this will be a great test for Carricknon, for Anderson as well. Both of these fighters, like I said, very similar in style, very similar in size. They're really going to have to push hard to get the edge on the other. And when Anderson strikes, you know, he strikes fast, he strikes hard, very agile, very quick as well. So any kind of transitions or any kind of switches he needs to make, he can usually adapt to fairly quickly. And, you know, adding up, the guy's got an iron chin, so he can take the hits. Dylan Anderson heads inside the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the sensational Silver Legacy Resort Casino, Reno, Nevada, King of the Cage and General Tire present this 3-round bout in the bantamweight division. After the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, James Fanshear. Introducing first, fighting out of our Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall. Official weight, 145.4 pounds. He represents Carnage MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, from Roseville, California, presenting Adam Carricknon. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of our General Tire red corner, stands at 5 feet 8 inches tall. Official weight, an even 142 pounds. He represents the Reno Academy of Combat. Ladies and gentlemen, from Reno, Nevada, presenting Dylan Anderson. Once again, James Fanshear is your official for this bout, now with the final instructions, 3 rounds, bantamweights.
All right, we've gone over the procedures and the major fouls in the back. Obey my commands, protect yourself at all times, and have a good show. If you want to touch gloves now. Come out ready to fight.
Here we are, round number 1. Adam Carricknon versus Dylan Anderson. Carricknon in the blue gloves, Anderson in the red. Ooh, and a big kick to open things up.
Wow, 1-2 went high kick, but immediately stepping up. Carricknon coming back in and banging now, throwing nasty overhand rights. Anderson didn't know what hit him. I thought he was out. And then all of a sudden he's throwing bomb, catches him with a left hook.
Exactly. I mean, Anderson is showing a lot of dexterity. I mean, he took that shot directly to the neck and just went straight down to the ground. Carricknon now pushing him up against the cage.
I thought he had him finished, but Anderson was not having any of it.
Yeah, he showed some good resilience on that part, because we've seen plenty of people get hit with kicks lighter than that and have gotten knocked out.
I think that just made him mad.
Honestly, picked up his energy rates really quick. Now Anderson
scrambling to get back to his feet, doing a good job. Little neck crank here. Carricknon just letting that go. It's probably a wise decision. Nice knee up the middle. But look at Anderson just charging in.
And Anderson doesn't look phased at all from any of those hits.
Oh, he threw a calculated right hook to the body. Kerrigan with his hands down too. But Anderson's throwing heaters.
I mean, Kerrigan's probably just wondering, man, how hard do I got to hit this guy to get him to slow down a little bit here? Anderson just continually going, takes a shot to the body.
Yeah, Kerrigan with a nice uppercut.
Ooh, and
catches him
another
again.
huge kick.
Anderson walks straight through it, steps all the way over. Now into half guard.
It's like this guy doesn't feel pain. Has not slowed him down one bit, continues to keep pressing forward. And, you know, Kerrigan's probably thinking, man, that should have at least bought me a second.
A second.
But no, not at all. Anderson just right on it. And you know, you got to be quick with these amateur rounds. Just under a minute left now already.
Kerrigan fighting to get back to full guard. Working that high guard, trying to get it set up.
Kerrigan maybe in a little bit of trouble here on the ground. Anderson definitely looking like a little more comfortable here.
So Kerrigan's moving well. Anderson just going hip to hip, keeping pressure, not letting Kerrigan take a hip.
Kerrigan now trying to slip around, possibly trying to take the back here. Anderson not going to let it happen. 10 seconds left in this round. And that is it for round number one. Both these fighters putting on a great show right off the bat. Opening up, I mean, Kerrigan obviously landing some much stronger strikes, much more solid strikes than Anderson was, but Anderson just seemingly not fazed by them whatsoever.
No, Kerrigan just dumps him on his head. But Anderson doing a good job of standing back up, catching him with the left hook, and then just comes up swinging for the fences. But later in the round, he ate another high kick from Kerrigan and just walked right through it again.
Exactly. I mean, this guy, he's got the persistence and the endurance that's kind of just on a really scary level. I'm sure Kerrigan is just a little confused at this point, but he's obviously got the skill and the strength to keep it going, so maybe he'll be able to put him away in the next round. We'll have to see how it goes coming up after the break. Welcome back. Here we are, round number two. And they're off. Anderson coming off of a little bit of a shaky first round, but still snapping back. No problem. Kerrigan now looking to take some damage for himself.
But Kerrigan almost got him with another high kick there, barely missed.
Yeah, I wonder how many more he could take.
Anderson just bulldogging him to the ground, now gives up his back.
Anderson grabbing onto that leg down there. Kerrigan trying to pry the arm out. Anderson now toppling Kerrigan, getting into a better position here.
Anderson in side control now, ready to go to work. Good position there. Anderson heavy on top. As soon as I say that, gives it a little bit of space. Kerrigan capitalized. Trying to get back out. Anderson now on the bottom.
Kerrigan looking to take the back here.
Riding a little bit high. Should jump off of that.
Anderson making sure to grasp onto that leg, not letting him take the back. Kerrigan grabbing the ankle of Anderson now as well. Throwing some kidney shots there.
Anderson trying to turn the corner, and he does. See if he can get to his knees. Gotten Kerrigan back out.
Just under a minute left here. Carignan controlling the situation here on the ground. Anderson finding it a little troublesome.
Anderson can slip out the back right now if he wanted to. He can muster up a little bit of juice.
There we go, trying to force it out, but watch out for the arm bar. And just barely gets it. I don't know if that was Carignan just letting go or what. But that could have been a very dangerous situation for Anderson there.
Anderson looking a little fatigued at this point. Carignan just being heavy on him.
Carignan now trying to set up this rear naked choke.
That seems to be in there, and there's a tap.
That's it. Right at the last second, basically. Not much more than 5 seconds left in that round. Carignan able to put him away. But what a tough fight from Anderson he was put up. Definitely not a tough opponent in the slightest. I mean, this guy basically slugged through everything that Carignan had and kept pushing forward.
Well, yeah, and he was in a position to win this fight, to finish it a couple times himself. I thought at this point right now, Anderson was dominating.
Yeah, honestly, me too. I know Carignan, I guess, just methodically waited, found the right opportunity to open up, was able to take that back. I mean, Anderson right here, as you can see, holding down that leg, doing whatever he can to not let Carignan take that back. But nonetheless, he was able to do it, sink in that rear naked choke. Right there, just when he had just a few seconds left, you know, a risky move, could have ended a different way.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 2 minutes and 59 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by tap out submission from a rear naked choke, Adam Carignan. Here is James Wildcat Carter.
Now making his way to the cage side, James Carter. Carter is fighting out of the welterweight class. It stands at 6 feet 1 inch tall. He's fighting out of California and looking to pick up his first amateur win here tonight. Now Carter specializes much more in his ground game than he does in his stand-up. I'm going to be thinking he's going to try to go for that takedown, trying to take things down there as quickly as he can and try to work the ground game. However, his opponent is much more of a stand-up fighter, so he may find that a lot harder to accomplish. If I'm going to make any predictions, Carter's most likely going to take his time in the beginning and kind of just wait out, find that perfect opportunity to try to shoot and get that takedown on his opponent. His opponent, Ramon Garcia, of course, is definitely going to be slugging shots back at him as a stand-up fighter, so he's going to have to stay on his A game. Final inspection undergoing now. James Carter heads inside the cage.
Here is Ramon Garcia.
Now heading towards the cage, Ramon Garcia. Garcia is fighting out of the welterweight class and stands at 5 feet 11 inches tall. Garcia also looking to pick up his first win here tonight. He's looking battle ready with a stern look on his face. He's fighting out of Nebraska. He's going to have to go against the likes of James Carter. Like I was saying before, Garcia is much more of a stand-up fighter, much more of a brawler. So he's probably going to be trying to keep Carter on his feet as long as he can, trying to avoid those takedowns. We'll see how good his takedown defense is and what he can do if the events get down to that. However, though, if I'm going to predict anything, I think Garcia is going to try and throw down as much as he can. He's going to take his time, keep his distance, you know, keep his guard up, and try to throw strikes whenever he can, try to secure that knockout or TKO. Both Garcia and Carter are both pretty similar in size. Two different styles, though, however, so I think this will be a great challenge to both of these fighters to help them improve in their career. Ramon Garcia heads inside the cage.
King of the Cage on MAV TV will return after this. Tonight's presentation of King of the Cage is brought to you by Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world, and by General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Silver Legacy Resort Casino, Reno, Nevada, King of the Cage and General Tire present this 3-round bout at a catch weight of 165 pounds. After the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Tom Supnet. Introducing first, fighting out of our Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, official weight 164.2 pounds. He represents Strength and Honor MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, from Coors Gold, California, presenting James Wildcat Carter. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of our General Tire red corner, stands at 5 feet 11 inches tall as well. Official weight 163.8 pounds. He represents Tasmania Boxing and Torres MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, from South Lake Tahoe, California, presenting Ramon Garcia. Once again, Tom Supnet is your official for this bout. Now with the final instructions, 3-round schedule.
Hey guys, follow my instructions at all times. Defend yourself at all times. Go ahead and touch him up. Good luck.
Here we are, round number 1, James Carter versus Ramon Garcia. And they're off. Carter immediately going down to the ground.
Garcia throwing bombs out of nowhere over the, oh, might be in trouble.
Garcia just taking advantage of the situation and just pummeling him.
And it's over. It looked like Carter was out, woke back up, went out again. He doesn't even know what's going on.
You saw the reaction on his face. I mean, he was not in a place to defend himself at that point. That happened really quickly, too. Let's take a replay. See, I think that was his issue. He immediately tried to take things down to the ground, but did not have a firm hold on Garcia. Was able for Garcia to literally just sit right on top of him and pummel away.
A couple times it looked like he was out. Head went flat, went out there, flat, woke back up.
Thought he was still in the fight, but I mean, good call on Tom Supnet there.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee in charge, Tom Supnet, has seen enough, steps in, calls a halt to this bout due to strikes. The official time, 12 seconds, round 1. Your winner by TKO, Ramon Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, from the sensational Silver Legacy Resort Casino, Reno, Nevada, King of the Cage and General Tire present this 3-round bout in the junior welterweight division. After the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Justin Brown. Introducing first, fighting out of our Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 6 feet tall, official weight 159 pounds. He represents the San Diego Range Fighting Academy and West Coast Brawlers. Ladies and gentlemen, from San Diego, California, presenting Ben Sublime. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of our General Tire red corner, stands at 5 feet 8 inches tall. Official weight 157.2 pounds. He represents the Charles Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, from Reno, Nevada, presenting Brendan Ireland. Once again, Justin Brown is your official for this bout now with the final instructions, 3 rounds, junior welterweights.
Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the back. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves if you want and back up.
Here we are, round number 1, Ben Sublime versus Brendan Ireland. Ireland in the red gloves, Sublime in the blue. It'll get started. Big kick from Ireland. Immediately pushes forward.
Just going for that takedown. Obviously, Ireland has watched a couple of Sublime's fights. He's a great striker, has some work to do on the ground. Stepping over. Immediately into side control goes Ireland.
Ireland looking for his way in here. Ireland definitely looking like he's got a little bit more of a stockier build, a little bit more leg power. Definitely going to come in handy on the ground here.
Sublime gets one leg out, has him in half guard, trying to get back to full guard right now.
Ireland just working it, trying to get through slowly and methodically. Keeping that distance tight.
Ireland needs to take that left hand out of there and put that forearm on Sublime's face.
Sublime needs to be doing a little bit more action. You know, he's got that hand, it's just resting there, not doing anything with it. But he could be throwing some body strikes, could be doing whatever he can, try to keep Ireland off of him.
Sublime doing a good job, though, getting back to guard, close that thing up, and this is what he does. In this position, he's just going to heel kick you and wait for a stand-up. Ireland needs to create some space and start delivering some punches.
Sublime just trying to hold Ireland tight. Ireland trying to break that distance here. Some more heel strikes.
Well, Ireland is in absolutely no danger of getting submitted. He could pop up, create space, and go to work just like that. Just smashing away, smashing away. That makes all the difference right there, just opening Sublime up.
His guard now getting a little weaker, looking for the pass. Now giving up the back. Sublime not quite. But now Brendan Ireland just looking to pound away. And Sublime, he's being forced to just guard, not really striking back.
Not even defending himself at this point. They're going to stop this fight with 34 seconds unless he does something to try and prove his position. Ends up rear naked choke. And that doesn't seem to be in there too deep, but
Sublime's got to try to turn out of this. It's only getting deeper. He's got his hooks in now. Sublime looking like he's in some trouble here. And that's it. Tapped out by rear naked choke. Brendan Ireland takes the win. Let's take a look at the replay here. As we were saying before, you know, obviously Brendan Ironman looks like much more of a ground fighter. He's got the body type for it as well. Immediately went for that takedown, his first move. He knew what he wanted to do. He knew how he was going to finish this bout.
Right.
And Sablon, you know, as we were saying before, you know, needs a little bit of extra work on his ground game. He's a great stand-up fighter, but it always seems to be his losses coming from submissions or ground game TKOs.
Just grinding away, delivering damage, loosening up Sablon the whole time. Then there's his opportunity to take the back and sink that choke in.
And like you were saying before, you know, it wasn't completely deep right off the bat, but Sablon just couldn't fix it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time comes at 2 minutes and 48 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by tap out submission via rear naked choke, Brendan Ireland. Here is Aaron Klinghart.
Aaron Klinghart now making his way to the cage side. Klinghart, of course, we've seen him here before at King of the Cage. If you follow any of our amateurs, he's been rising up in the ranks lately. Klinghart, very strong fighter, very hard striker, and also has some fantastic ground game. Just a really well-diverse fighter. Definitely has a career coming up in the professional division, so keep an eye out for him. He's fighting out of the light heavyweight class, standing at 6 feet 2 inches tall. Klinghart is fighting out of Turlock, California. He's on a current 2-win streak, 0 losses, looking to pick up his 3rd win here tonight. Now, Klinghart usually benefits from a height advantage here, and that is no different in this fight as well. His opponent, however, hits very hard, very tough to knock down, so it may take a little bit more than just his general stand-up to take down this next opponent, JJ Torres. Klinghart usually is a pretty explosive fighter. He's probably going to start off this fight with the heat right off the bat, trying to throw some strikes, trying to figure out what kind of fighter JJ Torres is going to get at, whether or not he wants to box, take things down to the ground, as Aaron Klinghart heads inside the cage.
Here is JJ, the Sacred Warrior, Torres.
And now his opponent, JJ Torres, makes his way to the cage. Another strong up-and-coming amateur. His current amateur record actually stands at 9 wins and 5 losses. He's looking to pick up that 10th win here tonight. He's got some devastating knockout power, a great stand-up. He can also handle himself on the ground, so he's going to prove to be a very tough opponent for Klinghart. Now Torres is also fighting out of the light heavyweight class. He's standing at 5 feet 10 inches tall. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He's looking to bring home this win tonight. Klinghart, though, very tough opponent to get past, whether you're trying to fight him in the stand-up, whether you're trying to grapple him on the ground. So Torres has got to have some kind of battle plan here. I'm going to think he's going to want to test out the waters a little bit, but he's not afraid to stand and bang. So he's going to get in there. He's going to get in Klinghart's face. I think he's going to learn everything he needs to if he wants to win this fight. JJ Torres heads inside the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the sensational Silver Legacy Resort Casino, Reno, Nevada, King of the Cage and General Tire present our featured bouts of the evening. Sanctioned by the ISKA President Corey Schaefer, Nevada State Director Carlitos Cantone, Event Representative is Ralph Cook, Scorekeeper Steve Steele. It's in conjunction with King of the Cage Incorporated, President and Founder Terry Trebilcock Jr., Matchmaker Brian McChesney, Promoter Jeff Mahalik, Timekeeper at the bell Terry Strickland. The 3 judges scoring this match will be James Van Sheer, Randy Partain, and Tom Supnet. After the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Justin Brown. And now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions joining us around the world. Reno, let's hear it. This is our main event of the evening. 3 rounds of MMA at a catch weight of 200 pounds. Introducing first, fighting out of our Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall. Official weight 188.6 pounds. This alpha fit fighter has a record of 2 victories with 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, from Turlock, California, presenting Aaron Klinghart. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of our General Tire red corner, stands at 5 feet 10 inches tall. Official weight 198.6 pounds. This Torres MMA sport fighter out of the Tasmanian Boxing Club has a record of 15 victories with 4 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the pride of South Lake Tahoe, California, JJ, the Sacred Warrior, Torres. Once again, Justin Brown is your official for our main event, now with the final instructions, 3 rounds schedule.
Gentlemen, you are the main event. You guys know the rules. We will have a clean fight, but fight hard. If you want to touch gloves, do so now. Enough, back up.
Here we are, round number 1, Aaron Klinghart versus JJ Torres.
Coming out with a aggressive front push kick.
Klinghart having a little bit of a reach and height advantage here.
Torres look good with his stand-up though. Hands high, check that kick, head movement, circling.
Klinghart coming in with some solid strikes.
Klinghart switching it up. Klinghart marching forward with long punches. Overhand right, good slip. That's a really good body punch to set that up, but Torres just will not have it. Ends up in the guard of Klinghart.
Yeah, that was a great setup for a takedown on Klinghart's part, but Torres was able to turn that around almost instantaneously.
Setting up that triangle now is Klinghart. See if he can get an angle off of this cage. He needs to create space. Maybe underhook that left leg, and there he goes. Klinghart's gonna have to make some adjustments here, and there's an adjustment. Gonna have to create a better angle, get those hips out. Now there's the angle. Now he can twist and turn, going the wrong way, switching that up to armbar. Torres slides his way out of there, now delivering some damage.
Torres just looking to punish here.
Torres is a powerful dude.
Yes, he is. Got a lot of raw strength. Definitely seems to be a little bit physically stronger than Klinghart. Klinghart now trying to use that long, lanky body to his advantage.
Klinghart again trying to set it up. He's going to have to use one of those to get out of there because Torres is just smashing away.
Klinghart trying to set in this triangle choke here.
Grabs up an arm, trying to switch that up to armbar. A little late, but that goes flat. Look at Torres with his agility, switching that back up to triangle.
Torres with a fantastic counter there, gets right out of harm's way, but now taking some solid shots from Klinghart.
Klinghart trying to set that up again. Well, Torres is crafty. He knows what's up. He doesn't mind being in this dangerous situation here.
No, he does not one bit. He knows he takes the hits. Just under 15 seconds left in this round.
Oh, that's a powerful back fist right there. And that was a sneaky left uppercut.
Both these guys just tearing each other apart piece by piece.
Torres just dominating this top position.
And that's it for round number one. Strong round for Torres. Was able to finish strong right on top, dealing some nice damage. Let's take a look at the replay here. Klinghart coming off very aggressive right off the bat at the beginning of the round. Was able to score a lot of points. Tried to get that takedown right there, but Torres was able to just counter his weight.
Just great hips and just spent the rest of the time on top. A couple times Klinghart looked like he might have had him in trouble, but Torres is perfectly comfortable in there, basically giving him the armbar or triangle choke to improve his position.
No, definitely. Klinghart, a very crafty jiu-jitsu practitioner, but Torres has a lot of that raw MMA skills, able to do a lot of good ground and pound, and has a great defense, on top of having some surprise agility of his own. We'll see how it continues coming up after the break. Welcome back, round number two. Aaron Klinghart versus JJ Torres, coming off of a very exciting first round. And they're back at it.
Klinghart just dropping bombs, circling out. Torres just banging away at the body again. Slips underneath that left hook. Beautiful angle by Torres, just checks that kick.
Yeah, some great head movement from Torres. He's starting to get some nice prediction. I think he has a good feel for how Klinghart is as a striker.
Torres with a nasty inside leg kick to left hook, overhand right. Klinghart checks it, says, come on. Good uppercut from Klinghart. Torres just walks right through that though. Now retreating a little bit.
Klinghart taking a strike there. Both these guys seem pretty evenly matched on both on the ground and in the stand-up.
They're slowing down now. Klinghart just kind of patting away. Nice uppercuts. Torres just delivers a nasty uppercut to the ribs.
Clinched up. If Torres manages to take things back down to the ground, he may be able to get the advantage here. Klinghart just firing away though. You know, that's the good thing about Klinghart that I like, is that he's always staying busy. He's always throwing strikes, never making sure to waste a second. Eats a knee from Torres.
Torres just delivering some uppercuts and some knees. And there's another nice knee.
Torres continuing to lay down the pressure. Just under a minute left in this round.
Klinghart looking a little bit tired, and there's a good left hook.
Both these guys just slugging it out. Some more knees from Torres. Klinghart now trying to lock this guillotine here. Forcing him up against the fence.
That's in there and it's over.
And perfect execution on Klinghart's part. Was able to just pull back and push right back in against the catch, use that leverage of the fence to really crank Torres' neck. That was really crafty right there, really quick. I mean, Klinghart was just looking for that opportunity, but he did not let up as far as strikes were concerned. I mean, Torres, too, was able to land a lot of heavy things, a lot of good knees, a lot of strong uppercuts.
Nasty uppercut there by Klinghart. Torres just walks right through it.
Both these guys very tough fighters, have some great endurance on them. But Klinghart, you know, just superior striker, was able to knock Torres up and open him up for that one slight opening to lock in that guillotine. I didn't think he was going to, you know, land that guillotine. It didn't look like it was going to be in there totally well, but
yeah, I didn't think he was going to be able to finish that from that position. Torres has been so tough in some of these other submissions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time comes at 2 minutes and 32 seconds of round number 2. The winner by tap out submission from a guillotine choke, Aaron Klinghart.